What's up, everybody? Welcome to the DCUO Commentary. I'm bringing this video here today because I want to talk about the Weapon Mastery work in progress live stream that they did tonight. Actually, when you see this, it'll be yesterday, last night. By the way, update 34 coming today. All right, link to the patch notes are in the description. All that game's going to be down for about 4 hours. Downtime, I believe, is at 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So be aware of that. But, I mean, patch notes are in there. You guys can read those and everything, yada, yada, yada. Field unlocks, yay. Happy to see that. I'm excited about this weapon mastery stuff, though. Simply because it is going to change things up in certain ways. There are certain, I have my own concerns about them and all that, which I'll talk a little bit here as I go on here. This is just a video of me, electric being carried, basically, by some of my friends and the replacements on my electric healer. But anyways, yeah, back to it. So with this whole weapon mastery thing, basically, if you guys watch the live stream, if not, I have a link for the post. It's on the official forums in the description below if you guys check out and everything. I believe they have a video in there too demonstrating some of this stuff. But I want you guys, sit here, listen to my thoughts on it and everything like that, because I want to explain some of the things that are going on. First off, all right, the weapon combos, weapon mastery, basically how it's going to work out is you're going to be able to use your extra skill points to spec into a mastery skill to where you'll be able to use, depending on what weapon you have, you'll be able to use that to combo into other weapon combos. So like if you're brawling, you'll be able to use combos that will take you and put you into, say, like a two-handed combo or a martial arts combo. That's what brawling will combo into. They had a nice chart and everything, a little Excel sheet that they used to show that the different weapons and everything like that for what you'll be able to combo into, what weapons you'll be able to combo into and everything, which they'll show there and all that. And I may actually throw that up here in this video somewhere in here real quick for you guys to look at, because my buddy Trex was nice enough to get a screenshot of it. So that's not it. No, that's not. He didn't. He didn't link it. He didn't link me the picture. Whatever, Trex. Thanks a lot. Anyways, so yeah, the weapon mastery. A lot of people had some issues with it. And someone would brought it up to me by some of the guys I play with in the game, like with some of these combos and all that. I mean, at least in PvP standards and even in PvE, that consider, the combat mechanics are prevalent throughout the game now. That people aren't going to be able to really utilize a lot of these long combos that are in the game, simply because especially the brawling ones that I saw, because you go from brawling's haymaker into the swing away, I forget what it's called, the home run combo for two-handed, and that's great how hard it hits, but at the same time I'm like, there's no way I want to be able to pull that combo off in PvP with brawling. I mean, I know this for a fact because I use brawling all the time in PvP, and there's no way I've ever been able to pull off a haymaker with brawling. It's just impossible. My tune's a little squishy and I was slow on the heels. Yeah, I know. Anyways, give me a break. I don't heal that often. All right, I'm getting better. But so I mean that's one of my concerns. I mean, now there are some combos that you can utilize that you can get used to get into the block breaks with the other weapons, which is fantastic. But at the same time, I mean, I would like to see something where like in the middle of that haymaker, I could throw a block break that would not interrupt that haymaker combo. You know what I'm saying? But that's the great thing about this work in progress thing, okay? Now, this is something that they've got slated for DLC 10, all right? And in the post that I'm showing you guys in the description below, all right, you guys can go there. If you have an account on the official forums, you can log into it, and you can give your thoughts on it, all right? My first thought about it is, why can't we have a combo that, we can throw a block breaker, in the middle of that combo so that, if we choose to, so that we can freaking, keep our, opponent from turtling up on us. and he tried to lighten me up with that. Um, that's just OP. Uh, so yeah, I mean that's my major concern about it. And you can do the simple weapon mastery and all that, where you're mastering into a couple other weapons and everything. But then they got this multiple mastery where you can basically kind of like do several weapons, which is really cool. I mean, it seems like it might be endless depending on how many skill points you have, but I mean, I honestly don't think it is. Um, on the other hand, though, you look at they have this odds and ends housekeeping thing they have on here. They're looking at doing some changes to clipping and jump canceling. They're going to change things up. Basically, we're not going to be able to jump cancel and clip the way we have been. And this is a huge concern for a lot of people, because especially like the hard light guys out there, the celestial guys, basically everybody that used jump cancels and clips and all that to keep to be able to put out like max damage. And this goes back to all the freaking the number chasers, the scoreboard junkies. And and I get that. I mean, everybody wants to be able to put up the big numbers and say, I had top DPS. I get that. Me, I don't really care about that kind of stuff, because to me, I mean, we beat the damn thing. I mean, who cares who did the most damage? Now, if somebody did half the damage of somebody else, yeah, there's a problem there. But at the same time, I think this is more going to balance everything out between the might classes and the precision classes, because that's been the whole disparity and all that, and why a lot of the guys that were the might classes for DPS are so upset about phase dodge. Phase dodge is getting that cooldown in update 34, which has come today. So now they can't use phase dodge to clip their powers with and all that, so they can keep pumping out more damage and all that. And I get that. I get that. But at the same time, I think you guys are really, complaining about nothing. Because, yeah, okay, they said they're making changes to the jump canceling. They're making changes to clipping. They didn't say shit about them taking it completely out of the game, which is what a lot of people focused on. They're saying, you guys aren't going to be able to jump cancel. All right? And that's where they stopped. That's where everybody stopped listening. All right? They didn't listen to the part like you used to, or like you are currently. They didn't listen to that part. As soon as they said, you guys are going to be able to jump cancel, boom, everybody's like, oh, you guys just killed the game. The game's done. You guys just gave up. You're not even trying anymore. Please. Give me a break. You guys, gird your loins a little bit. Put your big boy pants back on, all right? And stop freaking just blowing up at only half of a sentence that you listen to, all right? There's more to the whole thing than what you're paying attention to, all right? There's more to it all than what they've actually revealed to us, all right? You guys, people, need to stop, like, freaking out and panicking over stuff like this, because it's just ridiculous that I mean, oh my god, I was watching the chat and I'm like, oh my, what is wrong with you people? Nobody said that. Nobody said, oh my god, they're taking out jump canceling, bye hard light. Come on, dude, seriously. There's a reason why we have weapons in the game. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why everybody is can use a bow or a shield or hand blasters or rifle. Right? There's a reason for it. And it's not so you can jump cancel out of the freaking weapon attacks. It's so that you can actually use this weapon and all that. So, I mean, when I was fire, I solar blasted the shit out of everything. Because it was a nice little break in between my power attacks, and that's something that you don't really see every day with a might class power like fire. Now with rage, yeah, that's a little bit different. I mean, I don't really use my weapon nearly as much with rage, not because I don't want to. It's just I don't really need to. But I do might and precision power or damage with rage. like most people do. A lot of people are going full precision with it, and while I get that as an option and everything like that, the might on Rage is freaking phenomenal. So if you're only going for max precision and all that, while that damage is fantastic and great, the might ticks are pretty good. I mean, I've been hitting some like Channeled Hate does some pretty decent ticks on it. Not fantastic. Oh my God, you're gonna kill something. Ticks, but I mean, you get some good might damage with Rage too. But I mix in weapon attacks here and there too with it. I mean, because let's face it, Hank turtles like a little bitch in A and B, and he needs to be block broke, and not enough people are doing it because everybody's just freaking power. Nobody's using their freaking weapons really, and then when they do, they're jump canceling out of it before the freaking weapon attack actually hits sometimes. So I'm not really that freaked out about this because you know what I mean. Yeah, I clipped animations with other powers. I clipped animations. I clipped weapon attacks with powers. But I didn't do to the extent that some of these folks are doing. And you know what? No, maybe I wasn't top on the damage board every time. But when I was Fire, for instance, I know for a fact when I was Fire, I was keeping up with a lot of the. I was keeping up with Celestial and Hardlight. I mean, I wasn't beating them, but I was keeping up with them. I wasn't, blown away by them. With Rage, I'm pretty much tied up and evened up with them both. So, honestly, I don't see what the problem is. Why everybody is freaking out over this stuff. I mean, yeah, it's a change, and I know a lot of people don't like change. But, a lot of times change is good. Change is good, and it's for the better. And I don't think the devs just blindly went in and said, "Oh well, okay, so we gave might or phase dodge a cooldown, so now we have to figure out something for the might guys to balance things out. So let's basically nerf every precision class out there, or every class that needs to jump cancel or clip their powers and all that in order to do a lot of damage." I don't think they sat down and did that. I've sat down, I've had conversation with these developers, and I don't see them doing that. I don't see them doing it. I don't see them giving up on the game or not even trying anymore. Because like I said, I've had conversations with these guys. I know for a fact these guys try their asses off. Sometimes it's things, they changes that they make to the game that we may not understand or agree with. I mean, there's some shit I still don't agree with what they've done, and there's some things I wish they would do that they haven't done that I wish they would pay more attention to. But at the same time, sitting there and just saying, based off of the short demonstration we had with the very brief explanations of what exactly it is they're doing from this live stream, to sit there and say that the game's done, nobody's gonna play it anymore, everybody's gonna quit the game, blah 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 blah. That's ridiculous. To sit there and say, "Oh, I quit. I'm not playing the game anymore because now I can't jump cancel my rifle." That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. And I've gone around, I get crap for this. I've gone around and around with my buddy Carlos about a lot of things with this game, particularly PvP and PvE and everything. And my main thing I've told him and a few others that don't like that kind of stuff or other things and all that is you've got to learn to adapt. I mean, this game it's an MMO. It's going to be around for a while. It wouldn't be on the PS4 if it wasn't. So it's going to be around for a while. It's not going anywhere. So learn to adapt to the changes that are coming in the game. That's all I can say. Because the game is going to change and adapt according to the player base and according to the changes that they see that might improve it. Anyways, that's my thoughts on all that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked the video, please do so by giving it a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe. Until next time, you guys all take care. Bye.